Welcome everyone to part 2 of the podcast featuring Wolf. It's reversed now. How you doing, my boy?
Doing good, man. Nueve Gahaba podcast.
You're one-upping me, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to do. Okay, so just a quick recap. We try to podcast other people, Gideon as well as Nafel. By the way, is the audio too loud for you or no?
No, it's all good.
It's all right, good. Yeah. So what we did to all the people out there is we tried to interview Gideon too for part 2 of the podcast, but almost everybody got sick. In fact, I am right now. Actually, I'm not feeling that well.
Yep.
Mirko is also not feeling well.
We're all sick.
We're all sick. But then I told to myself, I gotta milk this boy.
You gotta milk me, bro?
Yeah, I gotta milk you. So, yeah, I think we can save a few hours for Mirko's flight. There's this weird static. All right. Yeah, we can burn some time for before Mirko's flight later. And what did we do? We after M5 we did some dinners and La Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La Union.
Did you at least enjoy it, dude?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed La Union. I think it was good. Like the food was good. Tried all the sinigang again, and then all the others. I forgot what we ate in. Like
There's so much we ate, dude.
The one in front of the beach.
In front of the beach. Oof. Oh yeah.
What is that? I forgot the name of it.
Inasal? No.
I don't think it's inasal, but it's like it's also pork. The one in a small bowl, or the small one, the one in the shed thing.
Oh yeah. The kare-kare.
Yeah, kare-kare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And I think the only time I swam with Hans. These nerds didn't want to swim. Midnight and 8G, pussies, man. They didn't want to swim in the beach. Yeah.
Because I'm hella sick, dude.
Yeah, but it was fun. Swimming was
it
was really, really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? This will be another almost random podcast, but obviously eventually along the way we're gonna talk about M5 and the aftermath of M5, which is intense for Indonesia actually in particular. And fortunately you're here to represent whatever is happening in your country. That we will be talking about that for sure, and some reflections on what happened with M5. So that's what you can expect from this podcast. But I'm gonna start with something that's actually very personal, because I ran across some of the comments on my podcast. And, since I only started this like it's free, it's very simple. I started with my caster friends. Manjin was episode 3 or 2. Naisu and Renmar, they were the first ones in OSX, so it's a pretty random thing. So I didn't think like people will eventually take it seriously. But now that a lot of people are watching, and thanks to you guys, thanks to you, Mirko, actually, thanks for the thanks for the views that you brought to the channel. People are starting to excuse me, I'm gonna cough a lot in this podcast. People are starting to, I don't know, maybe be concerned about the to give out their what do you call it, feedback, right? So the question here for you is, I wanted to ask how you handle feedback on your end, be it casting, be it content creation, because I saw this feedback for my podcast that apparently I struggle with English, or apparently it's too random. For me, I'd like to. That's why I've always had notes, guys. But particularly for the casters, I wanted it to be free flowing, because I wanted to show the viewers our chemistry. So the one with Gideon, with Trex, with you and Lafel were obviously very random. There's no actual flow to it, because I wanted to feel like a
conversation.
It's a conversation, basically. So I don't know how to feel about that, but I do think people who give feedback to the content and just keep doing it. I mean, I'm not hurt by that, you know.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't respond to everything though, because that's gonna be virtually impossible. But yeah, so that's how I generally handle feedback for my casting. Yeah. I took notes of them, but at the same time, it's not always like I can do what they wanted me to do. Like this free flowing podcast. Unfortunately, guys, it's just how it is. That's how I like my podcast.
That's how it is, guys. It's a freestyle podcast.
It's a freestyle podcast.
Freestyle Ocho G.
Yeah. I do have notes. Like I do have like important questions, but it's free flowing. So yeah, I wonder because I think we left off of that topic last time in part 1 of yours. Like I wanted to ask how you handle feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think the way I handle feedback is I filter it. It's kind of the same, you know, like as for casting especially, I think I listen to my mentor, right? Like, I mean, we already had like the discussion about the mentor. It's very important to have a mentor, especially when you're doing casting. And I listened to my mentor earlier on in my career when I was just starting casting. And then later on, I feel like the only person I should listen to is myself. So when it got to a point where I feel like I was already good enough, the way I look to improve is I listen to myself. I listen to the broadcast over and over again. And then I try to find the things that I'm annoyed with. Let's say repetitive words, then I'll correct myself. I'll take notes of that. But it's all based on like my own opinion about my cast, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how I take feedback of casting. And obviously, I think also, aside from just rewatching all the VODs, rewatching the casting, I also ask the partners who I'm working with at the time, right? I mean, in Indo, I ask Aether Nagani, Arashi, Shefin, if there's anything that they didn't like, anything that maybe I said that was a bit wrong in their opinion, etc. And same goes for the international events, right? We're always asking each other for input, what we can improve on. So little things like that. But that's basically how I get feedback for casting, right? Like listen to myself and then listen to the people who are working around me, who are working with me.
Yeah. But how about like your fan? Do you actually have haters, dude?
Yeah, of course.
Now that I think about it, do you actually have haters?
Yeah, dude, I have a lot of haters, bro.
No way.
No, I have a lot of haters. Okay, so especially when I started content creation, right? When I started content creating, there were no haters. At the start, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this guy is cool. Yeah, finally a caster who's live streaming, who's interacting with everybody, like that active, etc." But then as time passes by, of course there's gonna be haters. I mean, especially because I'm a type of guy to like I don't care what people think. I'll just say whatever I think is right. I mean, if I want to give an opinion out and start a cast, anything, I'll just let it go. So it's interesting because I'm in the middle here. Because I try to be honest, right? I try to be as honest as possible according to my feelings. Just like as factually correct as possible. Not politically correct because I am not PC. As factually correct. So when I make predictions, etc., I try to base it off of stats, unless it's Bigatron Alpha, obviously, and things like that. But because I'm in that realm, it's weird. Where I'm not really biased towards I'm biased towards Indonesian teams, because I support them. But when it comes to like data, I'm not entirely biased towards Indonesian team, right? Like when I make predictions, it's different from support, and I'm also not biased towards like the Filipino teams or the other teams.
Right.
So it puts me in a weird spot where Filipinos say that I'm biased towards Indo teams, and Indonesians call me a Filipino fan. So I'm in the middle where
it's crazy.
Yeah, I have hate from both sides, but I don't really care. It's like if you like my content, then you like it. You know, I'm not really here. I mean, I can't please everyone, right? So I'm not really here to please everyone, anyways. It's like if you like my content, go ahead. If you don't like my takes, then whatever. And especially when the clips get taken out of context, clipped,
of course,
without any context, and a lot of people talk about it. But I mean, I think for the most part, the people who watch my videos, they watch a majority of like the shit I say, and they understand. Yeah.
Right, like it kind of makes me think, right? This is a very memorable cast from you. I mean, I hate to bring this up, and let me know if I should cut this away. But excuse me. There was one cast with you and Eterna where you kind of called a specific player bad, like outright, like he's just bad.
Who was it?
Banana,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, like, what's your stand? What was your thought process? Are you not like scared about that? Because man, that's RQ. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like that's a big fan base. And at the same time, you called it in stream, which by the way, just a disclaimer, I thought it was brave. I thought it was eventually I wish we could often do that, right? At the same time though, there has to be like a lot of respect for the teams, right?
Yeah.
You have to, because what we generally always do is just to sugarcoat things or maybe reword it in a way that it's bad. That's my technique. That's what I do when I feel like, man, that's an L move. I just sugarcoat it, and I have my own techniques for that. But I gotta say, 80% of my heart says that was a nice cast. Yeah, so I actually appreciated it. Makes me think though, like, how did you? I mean, I'm sure that that's not the only instance where you're actually like, you spoke like out of your heart, So, yeah. Is it okay to ask? Like,
yeah.
What was the mindset behind that? And did you even regret it at some point, or were you attacked at all?
No, I wasn't attacked at all. I think luckily because like most of the people who are watching on the English broadcast, they look at it in a more factual way.
Yeah.
They don't care that much about feelings as much, but still sometimes it still happens where I say something bad about a team and then I get hate.
Yeah.
But in that particular instance and a lot of the other particular instances where I do kind of bash the team or bash the players or bash the coach, I feel like I will never really bash the players. I won't really say he's bad, he's blah blah if he doesn't perform that way. You know what I mean? So it's really based on the performance. And at the time when Banana played, when I was trashing on his performance, I feel like he was just horrible, at that time.
Yeah.
And hey, he was subbed out completely, and then he didn't get a chance to play for a long time, and then he developed after that, right?
Yeah.
I think it's good for pro players, especially when someone calls them out like that, because it kind of gives them a reality check. It really depends on how they take it. Some people, mentally they can't take that kind of criticism, but I think if you want to be a good player, a great player, you should be able to accept those kind of feedbacks. Even though it's harsh, even though maybe mentally it's a bit harsh, but I think if you want to be one of the greats, if you want to become a world champion as well, if you're not able to accept negative feedback like that, you're not going to become a good player. And same goes, I think it was Geek Fam season 10 when Beloyski just joined.
Yeah.
I really didn't like their drafts. And I said, like, this draft is just horrible. I don't know what they're supposed to do. There's no way they win this. And they ultimately lost. It was so bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Beloy, from what I know, that draft.
Yeah.
It wasn't Beloy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that.
But yeah.
Glad to know that you guys didn't, what's that? Get punished or anything after that. I was just scared because I think, doing it on a RQ player, it holds a different value for sure.
It's
right?
risky.
If you're doing it for a Geek Fam, for example, I mean the fan base will not raise their pitchforks against you, but it was a RQ, so that's great. Now, heading into our actual topic for today, which is all about your reflections about M5. Of course, I wanted to talk about like what's the. Obviously, all of the Indonesians are angry or emotional whatsoever. But what's a general consensus of the Indonesian community? For sure, there are still supporters, but I think that 90% were perplexed, angry, disappointed.
Kyrie imposter.
What's that? What was that about? Because I couldn't like obviously I understand imposter, but I did not fully understand like what they're saying.
They're basically saying like Kyrie trolled that final game because he wants the Philippines to win, etc. I think it's fucking horseshit. I think it's bullshit, right? Like I think it's not. I don't know how to say this properly, but basically it's like most of the fans that we kind of have in Indo. Not most, but like a lot of people online who are trash talking. They're pretty dumb. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got bashed as well many times for speaking out. I remember when Bigatron was getting bashed for their ISF second place. I also spoke out about it because they were talking about Moreno's trash talk, even though like Moreno trash talk and Snapdragon in ISF it was completely different, but they were still bringing that shit up. Like that's why he lost, etc. Blah blah. But yeah, I've been speaking out about it for a while now. But yeah, I mean they don't accept it. They it's just toxic all around, right? So. I think that's the double-edged sword for Indo fans. It's like they're super passionate. I think that's great, honestly. Especially when you go and you watch MPLID offline, M4 offline, you can definitely hear and feel that passion that the fans have for the game. But that passion can be when we don't win, when someone underperforms, that passion will turn it into negativity, right? Like, I mean, it went from positivity to negativity. And that's what Kyrie is going through right now, I feel. And yeah, I mean, I think we also spoke about it earlier yesterday, that we think the Kyrie opening that Bush part is a big mistake as well. But that's it, right? For Kyrie, I feel like in the grand finals, that was the big mistake. Everything else was like, okay, Bren played better. You know, he just got outplayed. Same goes with the other team. And I also saw Venus's statement on like Boots being the one who underperformed. I think I'll have to agree as well, to be honest. I think me, you, everybody in the cast, and all the pro players as well, when we talk to them in lunch, dinner, breakfast, when we're talking about Onic, we always just say like, yeah, I think Boots is underperforming real hard, especially against Blacklist. I remember that Blacklist match, Onic Blacklist. Should have been a 3-0, bro, if Boots just played properly. But he was missing raging sandstorms, flickering out, etc. Like making so many minor mechanical mistakes. And in the grand finals, I think he only had one really good game on the Paquito, and then everything else was very mediocre. And that's not normal for Boots, because if you take a look at season 11, if you take a look even in MSC, when they beat Blacklist and Echo, Boots was doing so good. He was holding his own against Sanford, against Edward, maybe even better, right? Because he beat them.
Yeah.
But it feels so different here. I don't know. And I think it's CW and Suns who are really the two standouts.
For sure. And
for the first time, it's not Kyrie, it's not Keyboy, you know? It's CW and Suns. I think the others underperformed a bit. Yeah.
Kind of makes me think like what actually happened, because I mean, for Kyrie, he was good all year long. Gave 2 titles to Onic, gave an embassy with a legendary performance. Group stages of M5, Kyrie was
amazing.
Even
easily knockout stages.
Easily the MVP of the tournament, right? Come the finals, what is this? And I can't. I mean, I love Kochev all my heart. Their drafts were good, but it kind of felt like it does not make Kyrie.
It forces him on utility a lot. Right? I mean,
and then they picked up this Hayabusa. That's the only time where I can say, man, it's a stretch.
Yeah.
So that was that was mainly my main qualm about like however Onic performed. I think all of the drafts made a lot of sense for Onic, right? Even the Eve, right? The last pick. I think the only gripe I've had with that it's Kadita plus Eve, which is difficult. But I think about it like Baksha versus Fredrin, I think it's mainly because of the choices of AP Bren. I think their Fredrin flavor in the grand finals was the winning centerpiece, I would say, for AP Bren. And I don't think that Onic were outdrafted in a way, but I kind of felt like it didn't feel like an Onic series after that. So I do agree with Venus's statement where it was Boots that underperformed. And it's funny because she mentioned that Boots was always 2 to 3K gold behind. And prior to that statement, I was actually... I've had a podcast with Kid Bomba, and off cam we were talking about like Boots is also underperforming all throughout the tournament in a way that he always loses economy. Which it's funny because Venus mentioned in the video it's 2 to 3K behind, and that's also what I said to Kid Bomba. He is a very sacrificial one, but then if you look at the entirety of the successful teams in the knockout stages in M5 in general, they love putting a lot of money in their XP lane. So the full damage Paquito, the full damage Khalid, your impactful full views even, you know. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think that Onic didn't show up as a team, you know, the entirety of them during the grand finals.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then AP Bren was just...
They were the better five.
Better five, for sure. Better, even the coaching staff adjusted well, despite missing a ban.
That was a weird one. I asked Ducky right after they won, what was that about? And they just, the player, they didn't tap it in time. So it's just a mistake. But so everybody was panicking apparently. And then Ducky's like, just chill. I mean, like, what are we gonna do about it, right?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
And they won that game. I think that was a big morale boost. Winning without a ban. I mean, with one ban open against Onic, dude. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, but that's how it is. So unfortunately, bad rep now for Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
And I hate it because
Me too.
Here's the thing, right? I mean, Guy carried. I want to say carried, but I think you'll agree with me. Guy, the guy performed so well for 3Z seasons, gave you 3 titles, an MSC title, a very, long coveted international title for Indonesia with just 1 loss. I mean, obviously it's the world
one
championship,
loss in
but
the whole year.
It's
one loss with this roster, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because they almost
won
completed the
everything.
Golden Road. They won everything.
Everything that they were participating in, they won. Yeah.
Right, because they also won SPS.
They did. Snapdragon. They didn't go MPLI.
Yeah.
I think they would have won that too.
For sure.
But yeah, no, like I agree. I think me especially, my favorite player is Kyrie. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's not a secret for a lot of people. My favorite player is Kyrie. But I've spoken against the Kyrie Esports thing, etc. Many times.
For sure.
Because of the fact that season 11 and MSC, I feel like it wasn't just Kyrie performing, because if it was only Kyrie performing, it would be M4. If you guys remember M4, that was literally Kyrie Esports. And I even said it, right, during M4, that, this does feel like it's just Kyrie Esports. If Kyrie doesn't perform, the team loses. But season 11, MSC, Snapdragon, season 12, all the way to especially M5, I think, right? Because, sure, Kyrie was doing really, really good in the knockout stages and group stages, but I have to be honest, CW and Sans were much, much better this tournament, right? They were standouts. I think Sans during knockout stages especially, and CW during the finals and the few last matches.
For sure.
But still, I think it's the same kind of idea, right? I said it's not Kyrie Esports because everybody is popping off.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to really just say, oh, it's just Kyrie carrying the team. It's funny how most Indonesians were also agreeing with that statement, like, it's not Kyrie Esports, it's everybody and Kyrie. But now, after a loss, they all blame Kyrie, just Kyrie.
Exactly.
See, that's ironic, right? Because
Super ironic.
If you disagree with Kyrie Esports, you should also disagree with whatever's happening now, where Kyrie is getting majority of the hate.
Right.
It's bullshit. It's really bullshit. Because like the fact that I would say everybody's getting hate, right? But Kyrie's getting the most.
Yeah,
for sure,
and the most undeserved too.
Yeah, the guy has been performing so well. I think he's still the best player in the world, in my opinion, individually. And one mistake, one loss in the grand finals doesn't change that yet.
Yeah.
As an individual, right? If you want to talk about achievements, then I don't think he's up there yet. None of the Onic guys are up there yet when it comes to achievements. They don't have M series, right? But individually, this team is so fucking good. It's just so sad that a lot of people are hating on them like this, especially Kyrie. I hope for Kyrie, I mean, I DM'd him, but he hasn't responded. I don't know if it's because he just doesn't want to open IG's DMs and stuff because of all the DMs. But yeah, I mean, if Kyrie's watching this, man, you shut the don't listen to the fucking haters. Just for the haters, shut the fuck up, dude. You've done enough. You've done amazing, and I'm looking forward to your future performances. Because like I spoke to Keyboy as well. I think it's just the Onic boys in general. When they get a loss like this, they don't care. It's like move on to the next one. I spoke to Keyboy and he was like, "Yeah, AP Bren, we're good, man, but we'll come back better. The Russian tournament coming up soon, we'll smash them." So it's like instantly, let's go next.
Yeah,
reset. I love that about them, and I think that's great. The fact that they don't care about the haters that much.
So is it safe to assume that there should not be any changes for Onyx roster?
See, I don't know. When it comes to the main roster, I think there shouldn't be any change. I think if all of the players are playing at their peak, they're the best team in the world. I still will say that. If they were playing at their peak, I think if Boots wasn't underperforming, if Kyrie didn't make that mistake, I think they still would be number one. They maybe would have won the World Series, but that's just an if, right?
Yeah.
I think still they'll keep this roster until something really happens. Like maybe they start losing out on that dominance in season 13. Then maybe they can think of like, okay, who should we start swapping? Who should we start changing? I don't know about the coaching staff though. I don't know if Yeb's still going to be coaching.
Yeah. Because I think Coach Yeb, I mean, like, he always tells me about like how he wanted to take a rest because I think he's been coaching nonstop ever since season 7.
Yeah.
Unlike other coaches, for example, Coach Bonchan had at least a season break or 2. I can't remember, but yeah, some other coaches have had breaks. For Coach Eb, never he never had a chance to rest, because I think that when he after season 7 there was rebuilding in season 8, he immediately had an international tournament, and every time that you have an international tournament you just sacrifice your break overall because you have to prepare. I think okay, so maybe even in season 9 he was in MSC. Yeah, with the bucket hat. Remember that?
Yeah.
So that's post season 9. And then post season 10 was M4. Post season 11 was MSC.
Yep.
And now post
Snapdragon.
And there's Snapdragon.
12,
Yeah, the guy is like him and Kyrie are
Non-stop.
honestly.
Yeah.
So I think that they deserve a rest.
For sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie decides to kind of take a break too. They have Albert anyways.
Yeah. I think it would make sense for them to take a break, right? But
Yeah.
I think for Yeb it makes more sense because he also just got married last year, right?
Right.
So obviously after getting married, you want to have some time together with your wife, and I think that's why I'm still questioning if Yeb actually wants to come back. For Kyrie, I think there's no doubt that he's not gonna take a break.
That's the kind of guy that
I don't know. I don't know if he actually
No, it's
I don't know the details. I don't know if he actually extended contract or anything,
Yeah.
but I do know that this guy will not stop.
Yeah,
right? He will not stop.
That's what I know about Kyrie too. He's not he's not that kind of guy. I mean, he's still young, so still got the energy for sure. Just gonna exhaust that, and I do hope that we wish for the best for Onic Esports for sure. They made a lot of good friends out there. I mean, like even CW.
Yeah,
it was
dude,
so nice.
JOA is so cool.
Yeah,
this guy is my new idol, bro. Like I've had respect for him for the longest time. He's so consistent, but it just feels different here in M5 after listening to that story of his family.
Yeah.
Because I forgot which match, Onic Deus Volt or something. I was sitting next to the auntie that was interviewed by Mara in the grand finals. But yeah, I was talking about, like, I was just talking to her, and she's like, yeah, this whole group, the family, the auntie, the mom, or the sister, brother, they were all flown in by him. So I thought it was Onic. I was like, oh, Onic flew you guys out? No. It's CW who flew us all out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
And so he's like, it would have been the best, like, feel good moment for him, like flying your entire family out and then winning, right? And then, my opinion, he was, if Onic won Finals MVP CW, that would have been a special moment.
Yeah.
And then it's just so cool that, like, this guy, he's such an honest player. He never has any problems anywhere, and he's such a cool dude. He's a W dude, man.
Yeah.
He's just a W dude. Spends all his money for family and for himself. That's it. Like, he doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
He doesn't even go, like, partying. I know the other members, some of them go partying. He doesn't. He doesn't even drink, from what I know. And he doesn't smoke. Everybody smokes there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So W, man. Like, let's see W. And if there's a counterpart, my GOAT, and I think I mentioned this in broadcast, my GOAT, my golden GOAT is Few. Because I mean, like, he's even more immortalized now after two.
Yes.
Two
M series.
Sorry guys, I'm coughing a lot, but with Few, never got into any scandal. Never. Always has been like a family man. Yeah. Was loyal to his girlfriend that I believe they started season 1 or even before that. Ever since season 1.
W Few, man.
W proposed to the girl, so she's now his fiance. Never got into any heated trash talk.
Drama.
No drama, no trash talk, no nothing. Yeah. And the best part of what I like about him is that even when they were losing, he was good. There was clearly a time where he was underperforming, but he got back. And I think that's the more important thing. Like, there will definitely be a season where you're bad. In fact, he didn't make it to the playoffs that season, but he came back. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, he came back. That's why I really like Few, because he's my god. And then now he's a 2-time M Series champion, and he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. And he might, we were always talking about, like, who's the faker goat. Or who's the GOAT. After winning 2, he may even consider Few, even though he's not like the flashiest now.
No, not
it's
at
actually
all. He's just consistent, right?
He's just consistent, yeah.
I think for me as well, I said, like, many times, a lot of people were already saying that Few is going to be Few is the GOAT after the 2-time gold medal SEA Games, right? But I was like, nah. I still don't think. I still think M World is more like it's a higher tier compared to C Games even,
agree.
and that's why I said Carl T's is still the GOAT. But now, and I said it on stream as well. If Few wins this M series, then he's the GOAT for sure.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what's crazy? The thing that I think like, I think this is an interesting one as well. Basically, like Indo players compared to PH players, right?
Okay.
I think it's the longevity of PH players. The fact that your players they stay hungry for so long. I don't want to name any names. I don't want to blame any players for retiring or anything, but it's just sad to see that the legends that we knew, even from M1, like, I mean, just few from M2. Just we don't even need to look at M1, M2. From M2, the legends there, most of them are gone.
Yeah.
That's why I have so much respect for players who are actually still in the pro scene, despite them being here for a long time. Like Few, I mean, come on, this guy season 1, right?
Season 1, he was there.
And then now 2-time. It's been
Exactly.
so long. Most of the players who, like in Indo, the people who started in season 1, they would have been retired now, or they would not be able to compete at the highest level.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's why I have so much respect for Vin as well, right? He still plays, he still wants to grind. He even left RQ to find like a new challenge. I wanna relearn, I wanna find new hunger. And I think that's insane, you know? So people with long careers, super long careers, especially in esports, I have so much respect for them, really. Compared to, well, the newer players are cool, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very hard to find people who are in the scene for a long time. But this goes to the next point that I wanted to ask you as well. You know Dogi's statement about the Indonesian orgs being lazy. They don't want to pick up Indonesian players. They don't want to scout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep on importing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's true. I mean, again, can't really blame the orgs because I understand. As orgs, you want to try to win. The business model is win.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to get sponsors, if you want to get fans, etc., it's win. That's the easiest way. But now I feel like, most of them are just thinking about the short term, or they just want it to be instant, you know? They import.
Yeah.
Right now in Indonesia, we still have so many talented players. Just earlier this year, MDL, the first time in a long time that an open qualifier team won MDL.
Yeah.
Forgot the name of the team, but that team had so many good players, especially their gold laner, Bunny Cutie. His name is Bunny Cutie. So yeah, shout out to Benny. But that guy is so good. The fact that I haven't heard any rumors about him getting picked up by an MPL team is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe now, like, Indonesian orgs are like prioritizing PH imports who are much more expensive, much harder to implement in the team because English, right? Compared to Indonesian players who are, I would say, just as talented. But again, I agree with Dogi. The Indonesian orgs, the Indonesian esports ecosystem, maybe now they're getting lazy.
Yeah.
They saw what Onic did with Kyrie. They're like, oh, we can just import and get a god.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But I think that's like a special case, you know? I mean, just take a look at all the imports. Not everyone has been Kyrie, right? And Onic found the gem. They were like, you know what? We had this in Onic PH anyways. We can get them both. But for the others, it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, my argument to that is, I do agree with Doggy too. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you guys need, what Indo needs is coaching.
Yeah,
Coaching.
dude. I
think
agree, dude.
I would say the only reason why Kyrie worked in Onic was because of coachship.
Yeah.
The reason why,
I
I wanted to say geek fam, but you know what I'm saying, right?
8G.
No. I mean, like, Baloy himself is, you can, like, all of the other players would attest that Baloy is a playing coach in a way, in many, many ways, because he taught a lot. And Baloyski is such a strong leader. He's a very different case because you get a player, you also get a leader.
Yeah,
you
he's a
also
mini
get
Yeb,
coach.
right?
Mini Yeb, a Yeb that plays,
Yeb
basically.
that plays, yeah.
So that's the gem that you got from Baloy. I think the reason why they were very successful in that regard is because of the coaching. Because like, how else would you solve your scouting problems if you don't have a coach that's dedicated for that? How else would you be able to unleash the potential of your players without a good coach?
Yeah.
So I think that that's what's lacking for Indonesia right now, and that's definitely what you have to work on. Learn from coachship, learn from Baloy. Like maybe try to import. Of course, but unfortunately, I think there's a scarcity of coaches now because like all of the other regions would like
Yeah.
to just get coaches from everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's something that you definitely need to work on. Now,
Yeah.
he also mentioned something interesting, which is what I thought about, like why there were players that wasn't able to do what Few did. Because one thing that I noticed from Few is that he never streamed after being successful.
Yeah.
He never became a content creator after being successful. If you look back at the early champions of MPL, instantly they turn into content creators.
Yeah. It's
And-
the easiest way, right? You get the fame and then you
Yeah.
transition. Mhm.
You transition, which I understand because they
Yeah.
earn a lot from
Same.
that. I gotta say, like they earn tenfold compared to their playing days
Yeah,
because
for sure.
players don't get paid that much even before. Right now, maybe you can argue that, but if you're looking at Onic, if you're looking at Few, he never really transitioned into a content creator. That's why his longevity is there. I believe that in Indonesia, everybody turned. Like after M1, everybody turned into content creator.
Yeah, they did. I mean, again, I can't blame them because honestly, if I were in their spot, I would probably do the same, right? I mean, it's all about the money, to be honest. Especially when they want to start families.
For sure.
You have to look at the money. So again, no hate to any of the people who
For sure.
retired, for sure. It's just like an opinion of mine, that
Yeah.
like it's really hard to find the people who are really just hungry to play
Exactly.
because I think it's fine. Content creation, it's fine because even now, Kyrie, Sans, just the Onic team, they've been streaming for a while now. Like they've been streaming on their downtime. They'd be streaming,
That's true.
but they are able to keep proper hours. You know?
Yeah.
And they don't get distracted by the stream. The stream is just
Exactly.
there, like they want to play games, they want to stream, they want to get extra money. I don't think anybody can like stop them from doing that,
Yeah.
right? As long as it doesn't really affect them in training, in practice, they don't think about it much. They got to think about it as like a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a time where all the old guards were streaming in the afternoon, which is typically your scream time.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, like screaming is not that prevalent before. I think that right now it's more established. But you gotta see like some successful players, they just stop at being champions.
Yeah.
Being a champion is already okay for them. Now it's time to make money.
Yeah.
But the difference between like other players, like Few, for example. I'm not crying, guys. I'm just trying to hold in my cough. The difference with Few is he just focused on winning.
Yeah.
And money. He feels like maybe money will just come after. Will just follow.
That's a good way. I think because I think that's a good way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
You don't really look for money. You just do your best at what you're doing now, and then the money will
Yeah.
come. Especially when you're a world champion, two-time SEA Games gold
Come on.
medalist. You get the prize pool. I mean, just take a look at the prize pool, right?
Yeah.
Just at the prize pool alone, the share that he will get from that
Yeah.
prize pool it's a lot of money, and he'll be comfortable with it, right?
For sure. Yeah, but then again, I think it's really just a different thing. Like, we totally respect the pros that turn into
Yeah,
content
content
creation
creators.
because, again, it's tenfold. Like you're saying, like you get a lot of money from prizes, from your salary, but it's never enough. It's never enough compared to a content
Individual
creator.
sponsorships from content creation.
Yeah.
Definitely more, right?
Definitely more. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, tenfold.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So
Can't blame them.
It's very tempting, and I think that go get that bread, everyone. Like if you wanna be content creators, that's it. But I think that if you wanna be the GOAT, like Few, like Carl TZ, you just can't give up your mechanical skill.
Yeah.
Because I think that Few, he can't even explain why he's still good. He just says that the way that he grinds from day one is just the same.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just how it is.
crazy.
That's
the
crazy.
fact that he can grind from like he did in day one till now.
Yeah.
That hunger, I don't know how they get it. I really don't. Because like many times I've thought about, you know what? Is it my time to start coaching? Is it my time to start maybe even playing? Because I still have that competitive spirit in me, right? I just can't find the determination to actually grind. I got it because when you go coaching, especially when you go become a player, right? I feel for coaching, there's gonna be a bit more relaxed. I mean, you're a bit more relaxed compared to players. Players like super stressed, but man, it's so much determination.
Yeah,
You have to sacrifice everything.
So much willpower. Yeah, that's
Everything.
True. I mean, like, big props to all those.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Pro players that have very supportive like girlfriends, for example.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
dude.
that
I don't know
Few
how
had
they
that.
do it.
I mean, like, you're gonna sacrifice. And this kind of
no time. You just practiced for 12 hours a day.
Exactly, and then you catch a break during the weekends. No, you can't.
No.
You have to watch the game.
Yeah,
That's the word.
or you need rest, right?
Rest.
If you're already working for 5 days a week,
No chance.
the next 2 days you want to just chill and
Exactly.
sleep, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, big props to Ate Hart, which is Coach Eb's wife. Yeah.
Ratu Hati, Raja Yeba and Ratu Hati.
Do you know that in M3 they had to not talk for a month?
Yeah, quarantine, everything, right?
Yeah, like literally
So
they.
sad, yeah.
It's almost like they broke up. That's
Yeah.
that's how they describe
Yeah.
it to me. Like it's crazy because they wanted to win badly,
Yeah.
and those are the sacrifices that pro players are willing to make
sure.
and will have to make. So
They'll have to.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I think that's the reason why some Filipino players are caught above the rest. That's why few is successful.
Yeah.
And he's the golden goat. He's the goat now.
He's the GOAT now. I agree.
Yeah, that's not even a hot take anymore. That's my take. Like, can clip me.
It's a room temperature take, bro.
Yeah, it's a room temperature.
It's not hot.
That made me cough. Anyways, okay. So I want to touch upon real quick on like what's your comparison between like Indo and Filipino fans. I gotta say that during the knockout stages too, in RMC, Rizal Memorial Coliseum, I think it's one of the best crowds that we've ever had in the Philippines. I gotta say, like, to be fair, because I was able to see in action the crowd for Indonesia, and I always say, like, man, Indonesia crowd is gila. They're crazy.
Gila,
They're
yeah.
just caught above the rest. But then in RMC for M5, PH actually. That's a big W,
Yeah,
dude.
it was a big
But
W.
it's I don't think that we get to see that intensity like regularly.
No.
But it was ecstatic. I think that I'm very thankful for the support of all the Filipino people that went there. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. But
Yeah.
can you give me a I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay, bro.
Can you give me a quick like comparison so that the viewers right now will be able to understand what's the difference like with Indo and PH fans?
I think, interestingly enough, I think the lack of understanding for English is actually what holds the Indonesian fans back. Because I think for the most part, they would actually be more supportive of all the other teams as well if they could only understand them. I feel like that's a big thing. Understanding people and understanding other teams, right? Because for the Filipinos, by the way, W crowd, that crowd was amazing. I think overall, the crowd in the Philippines is the best, even better than Cambodia, better than Indonesia.
No way.
Yeah, better. But
Okay.
I will say this: overall, Filipino crowd is better because they support and they chant for every team. Kid Bomba, Onic, Geek Fam,
yeah.
every team. They really give proper respects to everyone. Maybe just a little bit of the booing from like the grand finals, but that's because they were supporting AP Bren. But that's whatever, I think
I don't. Sorry,
Yeah.
I think just to clarify, the booing is
for the people who
For the
fans
fan.
of Onic,
Yeah,
so whenever someone says like, "Oh, I'm an Onic fan," boo, the whole crowd
Yeah.
goes boo.
it's not even a boo boo.
Yeah,
It's like
just like,
it's like a
yeah.
grunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, it's better in Philippines. Philippines crowd W, the one in
Alright.
RMC. But I would say at its peak, it would still be Indonesian
I
fans.
agree. Okay.
Because the example for the peak of Indonesian fans is when RQ's playing.
Yeah.
When RQ's playing at M4, oh my god! Because it wasn't just chants, it wasn't just yells for like winning team fights, but it was also the songs. It was also
Yeah.
the everything that it makes it really like makes the arena so much more alive.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
I love the songs that are
The peak. The peak of fans. Exactly. Even that, like Onic and RQ, the fans. That's what makes Indonesia, I think, at its peak, Indonesian fans are number one when they support their team. But then when it
Yeah.
comes to like supporting other teams, again, I think it's because of the language barrier, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because we also had a discussion, right? I think Leo or you asked me if M5 was in Indo, would Bomba receive the same amount of love?
I actually that.
Yeah. And thinking about it, I think, maybe no, actually. I said maybe yes, but it's like towards the end. Because it's so hard for them to understand Bomba, right? Bomba
Yeah.
is very well spoken,
That's
but he
right.
speaks in English.
Exactly.
And most Indonesians don't understand English. So, unfortunately, if M5 was in Indo, I don't think Bomba would actually have this amount of recognition. I think he would
Yeah.
still get the same amount of love from the international viewers, from the
International
English
viewers,
stream
yeah, for
views. But from the Indo fans in the building, I don't think they would chant bomba, bomba,
dude.
bomba.
That was exhilarating, dude.
It was.
Like for all the viewers who weren't able to get there in the RMC, it was
amazing.
goosebumps all over, dude. Because of, I mean, like how the hell an 18-year-old who has all these antics, right? You would think that he's arrogant, but he's not. He's not. Like, he's just confident and he's so lovable, you know?
Yeah, he's charismatic.
Very
A lot of people trash talk and it just sounds like they're a dick. This guy trash talks, but it's like, I mean, yeah, it's cool. You know, like when he says stuff, it's like it's factual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we felt about M5. Like overall it's a
and also W Filipino crowd because they actually, know me.
yeah.
In Indo, nobody knows me. So it was also like it was a surreal feeling to have people yelling my name.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy.
No, it's crazy. They were yelling at you, LaFell.
Yeah. Everybody. I think, you guys are amazing. The Filipino fans, if you guys are watching this, probably are. You guys really amazing. It makes you, I think like in MPLID, I don't care about it too much, right? Even if nobody takes pictures, I don't care about that. But just having that amount of love really, it definitely boosts my performance. It definitely made me happier. It gave me a better mood. We didn't get food till very late, by the way. So like, we didn't get to eat dinner because we started at 6 and then we ended at 12. Exactly. We didn't get to eat dinner. We only had like a few snacks. So I think if it wasn't for the fans just constantly supporting, sharing that love, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Hey, because everything it just created such a good environment,
Yeah.
Even without food, just snacking.
It's like it feels nice to have that kind of crowd, which I think our common consensus is, we're excited to see another event in the Philippines, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, another international event in the Philippines. Maybe not next year, but the following years for sure.
Next year, Malaysia and Kadia. I don't know if it's Kadia actually, but you know, a lot of rumors are like it's gonna be. Well, they've already stated that it's outside of C.
Yeah,
MSC will be outside of C. That's so stupid though. It's Mobile Legends Southeast Asian Cup. They have to change the name. They have to change the name. We already spoke about this. I think I spoke about it in my Sarcast. Change the name to something else. We don't care that it's not Southeast Asian Cup. As long as it makes sense. Because Turkey, NA were part of the last one.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense, It's not. It's like calling it SEA Games and then having America. And
so what do you want to call it?
China. I think just Mobile Legends Super Cup or something. Just because the brand, I don't think you can get rid of MSC. I understand that part. Just find something for the S. Mobile Legends Supreme Cup, Mobile Legends Super Cup, just something so that it's still MSC.
Summer Cup.
Yeah,
but
it is in the summer.
Is it actually summer in other parts though during that moment?
Summer is like maybe not in Australia. But that's it, right? Summer, sure, whatever. But if it's still Southeast Asian Cup and it's in Saudi and then there are more than just Southeast Asian teams, it's just weird. It's just stupid. It's like, come on, just change the name. It's not that hard. Come on, guys. Mid-season cup. Mid-season cup. Actually, when I first joined MLBB, when I casted season 7, and they told me MSC is gonna happen, I thought it was mid-season cup. I'm not even joking. I thought it was mid-season cup, and then I found out MLBB Southeast Asian Cup, and I'm like, oh, my bad.
Well, it's quite in the middle of the season too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's M5 and what we felt about Indonesian, the crowd, the Filipino crowd. How we felt about Onic. I don't think we need to talk about AP Bren anymore because I'm sure that at this point, as this is published, people have already analyzed what AP Bren did and they were successful. Maybe just a real quick one. I felt that this was Flap Teasy being very much on point, and I think that if I have 2 MVPs, Flap Teasy is number 1. Second is Ogwen because Ogwen was phenomenal all throughout the tournament, and he's doing the right things. And of course, big W to the coaches with their draft too, all throughout the tournament and their recovery. Sure. So do you have any final words for Bren?
I don't know. For me, hot take. I don't know if it's like bias, but I think Super Marco.
Okay,
is the MVP. I don't know.
Okay,
like,
I mean,
especially throughout the tournament as well. There were so many moments where Bren was behind. They were losing, straight up losing, and then Super Marco just carried.
Yeah,
I said this before the M5 even started, but Super Marco is the best gold laner. I said Super Marco is the best gold laner. Yeah. I still think Super Marco is the best gold laner in the world right now.
Yeah.
I asked Zia. You want to know who he thinks is the best gold laner in the world right now?
Marky? No. Who?
Eman.
Phew, a lot of people are talking about like Eman.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
even
really
Baloy,
hyped.
even Baloy is saying that Eman is like the
Dude, Eman's the smart. Maybe I wouldn't say he's the best goal laner, right? But I would say he's the most intelligent goal laner in the world.
yeah.
His itemization, his laning, dude, the
Yeah.
man's fucking smart, man.
And his resilience actually. That's I mean like for RSG, how many
Where's
games
Eman gonna go?
is Eman going at all?
I don't know. Is he still? Because I heard rumors RG is disbanding. Like, I mean, the team is like starting to separate, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Eman's going. I don't know the other. Irad's already in RQ.
for sure.
Where's Eman going?
Where's Nats going?
Where's Nats
in that
going?
case?
That's an Eman combo package. Side lane gods.
With Coach Panda.
Ooh, with Coach Panda.
Ooh.
Oh, that would
Ooh.
be damn. With Coach Panda. But Panda needs to
Chills.
stay in Philippines, right? Because like he wants to be a public resident or something.
Okay, so I think that this podcast will be uploaded after the Panda podcast I recorded. I already have a record.
Okay.
So basically mentioned that it's almost over. The
So
the amount of time that he needs to stay in the Philippines is almost over.
So he's about to be able to go. Okay.
Yeah.
Coach
We'll
Panda.
leave it at that.
Okay.
And here we are talking about like how other nations need coaches.
Yeah. Panda's good. Panda will be a good addition.
Yeah. We'll see.
And Mon's a good
Interesting
addition.
season 13.
Season 13 is going to be wild, dude. I swear. MPLID season 13 is going to be wild. There's so many transfers that you guys
Yeah.
still don't know about.
That's right.
I know some.
Can you give a clue? Oh no, you won't. Hey,
I don't want to.
I know that now. We had a live video, right? The Vivamax Esports when we were playing
Yeah.
basketball. Remember that?
Yeah.
And for all the people who weren't able to see that, we mentioned we were building a team, me and
Yep.
Mirko together. We actually made a pact. Me and Mirko made a pact that eventually we'll be coaching a team.
Yeah.
So that's actually, how what's your percentage of like commitment to that?
Bro, if legit, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon because
Yeah.
obviously right now I think casting is a bit too good, right?
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
I love the cast, and casting is still more fun right now. But
Yeah, for sure.
there's gonna come. It will come. The time
Yeah.
will come where the competitive spirit in me will get the most. Like will get me, and I want to coach a team.
I also wanted to. I want to be a.
And it would be great if I coach with Wolf.
Hey, sheesh. Yeah, I wanted to coach a team eventually because that's also true, my competitive spirit. And what's different about me is that I couldn't grind playing as much as a player would because of my lupus, right? Because eventually, like after 3 hours, you need to stop. And
Yeah.
you can't do that if you're a pro player, right?
Yeah.
So I gave up on that years ago. Coaching is fun. And
How would you know?
Well, I was part of Onic before.
Oh right, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This Onic?
I was part of Playbook Esports before.
Playbook Esports. Okay, there you go, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like that should be fun. And it may not be next season. It might not be next year, but we'll get there
One day.
One day. The babaeros.
Babaero Esports. Vivamax Esports.
All right. So let's reflect on your M5 performance, which I think was phenomenal. Once again, you did a great job.
Thank you, sir.
You are wonderful in that finals.
Thank you.
One thing that, interestingly enough, was talked about amongst our peers was ending calls. You know, like the ending calls, right? Because usually that's what gets clipped. Obviously, like you hear it all the time, right? So, for the Philippines, like for some reason, we just really talked about it amongst our peers, like here in the Philippines, like co-casters, and for us. I kind of wanted to ask, like, because one thing I observed is that eventually you asked me something during the finals and then you wrote something. I wasn't able to read it. But it's related to what you wanted to say in your last call, right?
Yep.
So what's your opinion? What's your general opinion about ending calls? And should it be written? Should it be, and why should we put a lot of value in that?
Well, I think it's very important. I think it's very, very important, right? I think, and thing is, I've learned basically that it doesn't need to be any. It doesn't need to always be the longest like poem, right? Because I think in MSC the first time I did that was when I wrote it. So I got inspiration from Sunfrost, actually, Malaysian caster, Bahasa Melayu. So shout out to Sunfrost. I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to him because he was making these poems to end the game, to like the game end calls.
Yep.
And to me, it's super important, right? It's so boring to just hear for if it's just your new world champions,
Yeah.
the new champions, because it's basically going to be the same every time, and there's always going to be a moment where we have to say that, right?
Yeah.
So to end the game just by saying they're your new world champions or they're your 2-time, I don't think it's good enough.
Yeah.
So for me, it's very important. It's how to set up for, or just make it epic, you know?
Yeah, make it epic.
Yeah.
Make
And
it
for the
story.
last 2 M series, that's the way that I've gone.
Yeah.
For M4, I wrote a lot more lines for both
Okay.
Echo and Blacklist. But I decided to just keep it very simple.
Yeah.
Echo, they haven't just broken the code; they've shattered it. That's it, right?
Okay.
And then Leo takes in your new world champions, etc.
Yeah.
Because that's the color.
Yeah.
Then this season, I was thinking about a lot of things for Onic and Bren, in the grand finals for like if Onic wins, if Bren wins, but it just like for Onic, I had actually a bit longer of a phrase because I already did the Di Atas Langit Ada Onic one,
Yeah.
right? The one in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah.
That one I was like, you know what, just fucking keep it simple. Same idea. I had a couple of lines for Onic, a couple of ideas for AP Bren, but in the end I thought, you know what, like I mean, AP Bren are back.
Yeah.
And when I first joined, the first thing that I heard everywhere was Bren Lang Malakas. Because
Yeah.
season 7 was the year or the season that was literally right after M2. And it was still the Bren Lang Malakas spam everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Bren
for
were
sure.
the biggest team at the time. So I think it would just be poetic for it to just end with Bren Lang Malakas because it's
Yeah.
been a while since Bren is at the top. They did make it to playoffs a couple of times.
Right.
They have had a very, very tough road. So
For sure.
it's great to just end it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very important though.
Yeah.
I think it should be scripted. I think it should be written.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't write that, it would not be as good. Because then I can plan how to say it. I can plan how to like make it more epic, the pacing, etc. Because I've tried many times that when I don't read, I can still pull it off, but it just I cannot direct it in like everything because I have to think about what's next.
Yeah.
Improv while also pacing, while also keeping the intonation, right?
Yeah. And it's just a few sentences, 1 or 2 actually,
Exactly,
2
yeah.
at max. So I want to talk about this is very epic though. The Di Atas Langit Ada Onic one who win the upper bracket
Yeah.
finals.
3-0 upper
Was
bracket
it 3-0?
finals. Yep.
Yeah, and was edited a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
It was an epic edit. And like weren't you worried at all that it will be bad because it's Indonesian, it's Bahasa Indo?
No.
Yeah. How do you still remember how you wrote it? Like what was the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration was literally the line, Di Atas Langit Ada Onic, right? Because that's
Yeah.
the chant that they always have. The fans always sing and yell that song out. So that was the inspiration. I wanted it to. At first, I translated it to English, but it doesn't sound as good. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's not the same ring, and it's already iconic. I think at this point, you've probably heard about the chant.
Yeah.
Di Atas Langit Ada Onic, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, whatever. Like, I mean, if they say like, "Hey, you can't say that," blah blah blah, whatever. It's better to apologize than to ask for permission. That's why I didn't ask for permission. I was like, you know what? It's as long as it's epic. That's why even the final line for Bren Lang Malakas.
Yeah.
It's Filipino, it's Tagalog.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it meant before, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like the strongest, right?
Brenda Malakas it's weird because it's like 3 words, right? But it means the sentence, if you translate it properly, is longer. It's like the only strong team is Bren,
Yeah.
or something like that.
So yeah, I mean, like again, I don't understand it, but it sounds
Yeah.
epic, and everybody knows about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So even if you don't know what it means exactly, Di Atas Langit Ada Onic, it sounds epic, and you've heard it before. It's so
Yeah.
it's already with Onic. You know, Bren Lang Malakas and Di Atas Langit Ada Onic, it's
Yeah.
aligned with Onic and AP Bren. So yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, because if you're a caster, if you're a play-by-play caster, for example, being scripted might, what's the term? Might put you in a bad spot because, again, you have to do everything on the fly. Like, play-by-plays,
Yeah.
always, like, on the fly. Maybe you can argue it. Anchor, of course, you can be scripted because there's a script that you need to follow. There's peels. analysts, you also cannot be scripted. You may have preparations, but obviously not everything happens in the game because we have to adapt, and that's very true with play-by-play. And then during ending calls, that is how you should be a little bit scripted, right?
Yeah.
So do you write it before the match, or do you write it as the match happens? Because I think at least for the finals, I saw you do it as we were like, I think game 4.
Game 4, game 3, game 4.
Yeah.
So for the Bren one, it was because I just didn't know what to say if Bren won.
Oh yeah. Because they could have won anytime.
Yeah, because the way I look at it, right? For Onic, I already actually prepared the lines. For Echo and Blacklist and M4, for MSC as well, Onic Blacklist, I prepared the lines like beforehand.
Okay.
But for this M5, I was really struggling to like try to make an AP Bren line.
Okay.
I was really struggling, like the creativity in me just couldn't find like what to say for Bren. That's why in the end I just thought, you know what, this is simple, Bren lang malakas, but it's strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I made the Bren one on the spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that because sometimes I just have to really get inspired through the games.
Yeah.
If the games are epic, it'll make me creative.
For sure.
Yeah, and then it'll give me the chance to like, oh, okay, this is what I want to say.
Yeah. And naturally, what happened there was during the final call, and big shout out to Redmar because he said that we did well, and I'm happy to be part of that. Like, what I did was I mentioned like there's a fat wave of minions down the bottom. They're gonna be pushing. They have a Brody. I said they have a Brody.
They have a Brody. Yeah.
Which I know that is endable, right? And that's my knowledge kicking in. Then we gave you the floor essentially.
Yeah.
You casted the final moments. You said that, and then champion, and then Lafell catches it.
Yeah.
We don't speak at all afterwards.
Yeah.
You throw it. I think
It was
one.
perfect. It was perfect.
It's one of my proudest
Same. It was perfect.
proudest casts ever. And cheers to that. Thank you for allowing me to be part of it. This water, by the way, because we're sick.
No drinking, but yeah. I think I was very satisfied as well with the grand finals cast. Really happy, especially considering I have in the knockout stages, I actually kind of struggled with controlling the voice with the crowd there because the crowd was so loud I couldn't hear myself.
Yeah.
Luckily, after the upper bracket finals, or during the upper bracket finals, I found the right I don't know how to explain it, but I found it. I found the jam. I was like, okay, so this is how I should yell. This is how I should like shout. And then in the grand finals, I think it was great Indonesian. So most of the times when there's a crowd like that, you try to yell so that you can hear yourself over the crowd, but it just sounds like shit.
Yeah.
That's what happened in MPLID season 12.
What do you mean?
Me, when I was playing MPLID season 12, the last 2 days were so loud. The crowd was so loud, so I couldn't hear myself. So I was trying to just yell so that I could hear myself over the crowd.
Yeah.
And when I watch it over, it was bad. Because I don't know if it's like I think it's a production issue as well because they did not get the crowd voice. They didn't get the crowd sounds. Because in M5, you hear the crowd in the broadcast, right?
Yeah. They have a mic for it.
Exactly. I think in MPID they didn't have a mic, or the mic wasn't sensitive enough.
Okay.
Because I could only hear my cast, and that's why it sounded so weird. It's because like I was trying to yell to get to that point, to get like over the crowd.
Yeah.
But it was only in my ear, technically. Because in the broadcast, it doesn't sound that way. It only sounds like I'm just yelling.
Yeah. For sure.
So that's why I figured that out. And then M5 group stage and then knockout stage, it was like cool. But then the big matches, I was like, holy shit. It's same problem. So that's why I just try to use that, watch it over at night, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then adapted.
By the way, those are the things that you wouldn't know that we think about the casters, particularly for play-by-play. I mean, for analysts, we have our own own things that we need to take care of, like all of our notes. Obviously the monitoring as well, and our position even in the stage. And for play-by-play people, they have to adjust all the time, like in different venues.
Yep.
It will sound different.
Exactly.
Different crowds will sound different. You have to always adjust, and you always have to be mindful of that. And thank you for sharing that. That's a very pro approach coming out from Mr. Mirko.
Yes, sir.
And the best in the business.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we've talked about like M5 and how it went. Like, are we at all scared about the fact that it's another PH team that became the finalists? Are we scared at all? Like, what's the general consensus of Indonesian teams? Are they do they find like, okay, let's stop doing MLBB, we can't win, or something like that?
No, I think that would be a very like bitch way of taking it. I feel losing like, okay, we can't win, let's just stop. No, I think that's a very bitchy way.
Yeah.
I do think though, definitely like a lot of fans are sad. A lot of fans probably will be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna play this game for a while now. But in the end, I think when it comes to competition, we're gonna come back. Like the pros especially, if they want to come back, if they want to perform, they gotta use this as motivation, right?
For sure.
So in the end, I would say it's good.
Okay.
Philippines winning again. Obviously, Indo winning would be even better for the crowd and everything. But Philippines winning again just shows us that maybe we need to stay more consistent. We need to get better as a whole. Because right now it's been Onic. It's just been Onic that's good, right?
Exactly.
MPID has still been meh.
Yeah,
it's weird because that's the thing about Indonesian teams. I feel Indonesian teams can and should be able to compete against the Filipino teams. It's just the consistency, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Snapdragon, Bigatron was amazing. They were amazing. They were so good. They were so
I know.
good. Onic were so good. Bigatron were so good. The other Indonesian teams were good as well.
Yeah.
The group stages, etc.
Yeah.
But they can't stay consistent. They reach their peak and then next season they're like,
For sure.
So the consistency is what is very important. And I think it goes back to the point of like Indonesia lacks good coaches.
Yeah. Which are practically dead when it comes to esports wise. I mean, I'm not saying it's dead, but it's practically dead, right?
Same in Indo.
It's because there are no good teams that represent them. But with MLBB and Dota 2, we have good representation. Of Valorant, we have good players too. So,
but it's just like it's just weird because like it's not like Onic got shat on. It's not like Onic didn't do anything. It's not like they finished 9th or 12th like they did at M3. This is the best performance. This is the best standing for an Indonesian team in an M series since M1.
You're right.
It's grand
You're
finals.
Right.
It's been 4 years since Indo made it to grand finals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so it's
very
like
true. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I think it's still it's no way.
Okay.
The fact that people are still like I feel like the only reason there's a lot of hate right now, there's a lot of like negativity is because the expectations were so high.
Yeah, for sure.
Onyx Golden Road, Onyx their entire year has been so flawless.
Yeah.
They've looked untouchable. Even I would say in this tournament they looked untouchable.
Yeah, I agree.
They only struggled in the grand finals.
Exactly. They
3-0'd AP Bren, bro. They came back 16,000 goal lead.
Exactly.
No, who does that? Who does that? But that's where I have to ask you a question.
What? It's a question.
Do you like double elimination?
Oh. I've always liked it.
You've always liked it.
I always liked it. I think I mean all of the winners so far of the M series are from the lower bracket.
Except M1.
True.
Yeah, it was
Except
evil.
M1, yeah. So yeah, I do like it. But
I like single bracket more. Single elimination.
is it because of your football background?
Yes. That's yeah.
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 Yeah, there's a lot of merit to it. And to be fair,
even league, right?
yeah,
It's single.
that's the thing. That's what I noticed is that every League of Legends fan that I talk to, they don't like single elimination.
Really?
Almost all of the people that I guess it's because they have a pattern to look at, which is Dota 2. And by the way, every league fan not liking the single elimination, I'm only talking about Filipino league fans.
Okay.
Because I think that they are fans of Dota 2 and they felt like there's a lot of stories that can be taken from that. And I also feel that way. But I gotta say, there's something magical about MSC.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that single elimination. Like, who would have thought, like, Blacklist going to the grand finals? Especially after struggling a lot. It was supposed to be Echo versus Onic. That's what people wanted.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it.
Yep.
And you want to see Echo perform against Onic in a best of 7 too. They couldn't get it. Right? So, but then it challenges the team that you cannot be... you don't have a second life.
Exactly.
You should perform all the time.
Yeah. That's what I like about single elimination, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you have to go all out. It doesn't matter. There's no learning. There's done. Because the learning is in your domestic league. The learning is all in your own time.
Right.
Now that's it. Like longer group stages and then single elimination.
Exactly. That's what. But
Just like in football.
one thing that I do want to happen if we do have another single elimination is the group stage as well as the eventual fold that will happen. I don't know if you do that in football, but at least in NBA, for example, it's a fold, right? Meaning Oh God. Everything is given up. Yeah. For example, it's a fold. Like so, one faces 8, 2 faces 7, third seed faces 4. Yeah.
Things like that. Things like that. Yeah.
Because I think we just drew the bracket, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, in MSC.
Yeah. We just drew it. So I think that would be cool too. That would be cool in single elimination, right? I mean, if it's just like from the start, it's like, okay, seed 1 from here will be facing seed 2 from here from the get-go. So you know who your matchups will be. But I think the draw is a bit more interesting because it's still going to be seeding based on seeding. Seed 1
because
will...
you drew it.
Yeah, true. But like, hey, that draw was the worst draw because it was possible for PH to happen in single elim.
Exactly.
But also the people who blame me for putting Onic and Evos, bro, I didn't know, bro. If I could control it, I would definitely not put Onic and Evos. But Evos weren't gonna.
Yeah. That's the only problem with the draw. But I do feel I do understand what you feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think single elimination, that's crazy. I think that
it's cool.
MSC.
Hopefully MSC just stays that way, you know.
Yes, that's what I want to say. Like
if M Series wants to, but by the way, M3, M4, pussy format. Double elimination is enough. The fact that people who go and do horrible in group stages still move on.
Yeah.
That's so bad. That's so bad. Like, you should not have a chance.
Yeah.
After you fuck up in group stages, the fact that you still live in knockouts, no. Get that shit out of here. I love M5 because of that.
Yep.
Now it's like group stage, you lost, you underperformed, that's it. Get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I agree with too. I was just kind of concerned about the tiebreakers because it's always like I think that I do agree with the format. I think it's a good format. Like the format that we have right now for M5, it's great. But they have to really establish the tiebreakers better. I think they have to be very clear with that.
I agree.
We dodged a bullet when
Homeboys lost against TOB.
So big shout outs to TOB for saving the broadcast and saving everyone. Like no problem at all. But we dodged the bullet. I think we have to be more rigid with our tiebreakers. That's one thing.
think get rid of that shit. Get rid of the like head to head. Just make it a tiebreaker. If it actually happens, right?
Yeah.
Make it that. Just do it. We have additional matches.
Yep.
Because it makes it more interesting, right? You qualify and this is your last life. Imagine if that actually happened and it's like, oh no, this team qualifies instantly because they beat you.
Yeah.
It's like what? Yeah. Why did they even play to tie up the scores?
Exactly.
If it's all just gonna go, I hate head to head. Even in head to head should be the last thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Should be the last thing in a league as well. Even in MPL Malaysia, it's oh my god. Hopefully MPL Malaysia changes that shit because it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
MPL Malaysia, please fix the rule books. It was ridiculous that Secret did not make it to playoffs. And the other teams who had worse records, but because they have a better head-to-head against...
Exactly.
It's so stupid. Why is head-to-head number 1? Who came up with this shit? It's ridiculous. Stop with head-to-head, okay? Stop, please. Please.
For me personally, just fix the tiebreaker. Yeah. And then we're off to a good start. I do feel that the intensity for the group stages really elevated because of that. And it's just good because there's no slacking for the teams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow. That's our reflection about M5, and we're very happy about M5. I hope to see that in M6. I'm just sad that the wildcard teams didn't perform well.
Dude. I was really rooting for Lil Gun, man. I was a Lil Gun fan. I was an LGF.
Yeah.
Mirkan.
But it is what it is. I think there should be more. Hopefully, there's more space between wildcards and M5. Maybe that could have helped the wildcard teams.
Mm-hmm. I think space is fine. I think the time was fine. The timing is fine. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand, but yeah,
they just need to develop. I think it's a good step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction already. You know. Yeah.
Could have gone either way. So that's M5. I think that we've run through all the most important things about your casting, which thank you so much for sharing your techniques. Eventually along the way, maybe maybe Mirko part 3 in if I get to Indonesia back in Indonesia, maybe we could talk about more. I heard you wanted to start your own thing too.
Want to try to get the setup and everything. So we'll see about that. First is a PC. I want to get a new PC.
For sure.
You should see this man's setup, guys. Here, it's insane.
People wanted to see it actually.
Monitors. No, you should do a room tour, bro. He has 3. One's broken though.
That doesn't count. All right. So let's talk about Mirko now.
Okay.
Let's talk about Mirko. What do you like, dude?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you
Because
mean?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think that my influences outside of casting shaped my analysis style,
Yeah.
shaped how I become a caster.
Yeah.
For example, I like sports. I like NBA. I apply what they do. I like movies. That's my references. I like watching some of the series and I use them too. I also like I grew fond of podcasts because of the traffic in Manila. This is very true, by the way. The reason why I started the podcast is because I fell in love with podcasts because I was stuck in traffic all the time and I ran out of songs to listen to.
Yeah, that I'm starting to get to that point too.
Yeah. So that's it. I like that. I somehow like the anime. I guess it helps to also like what the viewers like, so that you get there's a lot of relevance to them when it comes to like how you speak or how even your humor, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you like? Because here's what I listed down here is from my observation from you. You like football, like UFC, you like anime, and you like NewJeans.
Super shy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that nail it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty accurate. Movies as well. I would say movies over anime. Actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So it's like I love anything that has to do with entertainment.
Okay.
Visual. I mean, I love
Okay.
songs too, music as well, but mostly visual.
Yeah.
So movies, TV shows, anime, whatever it is, that's a like visual entertainment platform.
Okay.
I will enjoy it.
Okay.
And for anime as well, I'm very picky with everything now.
Okay.
After seeing the peak of everything,
Okay.
after watching everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's basically it.
Yeah. How does it generally affect your casting style?
I think it, especially for UFC football. For football, we have so many epic moments that wouldn't be epic if it wasn't for the commentators.
Okay.
So I take inspiration from that, right? I mean, the commentators from football, mainly Peter Drury. This guy is what really inspired me to go with those end calls, poetic ones. Because
Okay.
Shakespeare copies from this man, bro. Shakespeare steals his homework.
Okay.
That's how amazing. I'll show you right after. But if you guys want to search it, Peter Drury, just watch
Okay.
any of his commentary. It's strange. Sometimes it gets to a point where like this is a match that's not important. Why is it so beautiful?
Yeah.
But
I see.
But the guy is amazing, and that's one of my inspirations. But even for everything that I watch, UFC as well, it wouldn't be epic without those commentators making
sure.
those calls, and especially League of Legends, because I've been following League of Legends for a long time. In Indo, I was challenger,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So I've been following the esports scene, and my favorite caster in League of Legends, still I take a lot from him when I do play by play, is Captain Flowers.
Yeah.
That guy is probably the best play by play ever.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, and that's why I take a lot of inspiration from him, the way he casts, the tones, etc. Yeah, that's how I get the inspiration as well of how to make the cast even more epic, the play by play, and through just the movies and anime and everything pop culture that I watch, I slide
Yeah.
in some of those things to make it more epic. I think
sure.
a lot of people actually. So Mobile Legends, I think a lot of people are weeaboos, right? In Mobile Legends world,
Yeah.
they love anime. And I made a lot of references about Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
because it's in the game as well.
Yeah.
In a lot of the cast, and most people like it because they watch it because they're
Yeah.
weeaboos, fucking weeaboos. We're weeaboos.
For the Philippines, like I don't know if there's a Bahasa-Indo dub for anime, but there was an epic time in the Philippines where the Tagalog dub for anime was super neat.
Ooh.
Even to the point where they changed the names of the anime
To Tagalog.
to Filipino names, you know,
Okay.
like Ghost Fighter, Ghost Fighter, or Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I know you.
Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah, we call it Ghost Fighter, right, in the Philippines, because obviously like kids will not,
Interesting.
yeah, and then the way that they translated it is like Yusuke. Yusuke is the main character.
Yeah. Okay.
He's Eugene.
Eugene.
Yeah, because Eugene is a common name in the Philippines. And I think Kuwabara is like Alfred or something.
Whoa.
And then there's Dennis. Like it's
Okay.
all like
Yeah.
tagalized words. That's why it was effective back then. And then even the translations were like literal translations. They put a lot of spirit to it. And I don't know if you've heard there was one time we were casting this, and I also mentioned it in the cast. Like you heard tapusin, which means end it now, because that was what was being used in the anime.
Oh.
It was very iconic in the Philippines. Even it does even have like an anime voice where it's like tapusin or something like that. But of course, like
interesting.
you hear that, like, and also in the Philippines, like you heard them yell defense.
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing in football, but in the Philippines, that's a thing in basketball. When you say when their home crowd is defending, like you say defense.
I see.
Defense. That's why that's what made it interesting. That's why I felt like all these things that we like as shoutcasters, we should be using it to relate to the people.
For sure. I think in Indo as well, the reason you hear the chants, the songs, is because of football. In football, there are songs for every single team, for players even.
Yeah.
And it makes it much more engaging for fans who want to join in and sing, etc. Yeah. So definitely, we see the similarities, like defense for basketball, but in Indonesia, it's chants and songs.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool, right? You felt it.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Especially the tapusin one. That's beautiful. That gave me goosebumps during that moment, and it allowed me to say call that out. I said in cast, like end it with a lot of emotions. I can do it because I'm AFK, but end it. That's what the people are saying. They wanted to finish it now. Yeah. But, yeah. So, what do you like? UFC, all right. I have
By the way, just for the fucking record, all right, this guy was in the lift with Danielle from NewJeans. We were in the same hotel. I was running, looking for them for 5 hours. I woke up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym to work out just to see if anybody comes. No one. I can't believe it, dude. Everybody who didn't want to meet them met them. And me, the guy who put in so much effort, I'll try to look for them. Didn't get to. This guy was in the lift with Danielle, bro. Basic was in the gym with Danielle and someone else, but
I didn't.
Oh, just thinking about it again makes me maul. I was so pissed. I was so demoralized, bro. Legit, this guy came out. He met everyone, dude.
I don't even know that.
They don't even know. He doesn't even know.
I don't even know NewJeans. Yeah, that's crazy.
I cannot believe it. And then on the last day, Mara went in the same lift as Minji, bro. And I don't know if it's Hien or Hien, but
maybe to make you feel good, at least it wasn't Honey, you know?
Yeah.
If it was Honey, I think you're gonna hate me.
No, I'm legit gonna cry if you meet Honey. If anyone meets Honey in a lift, it'll be I'm so sad.
Alright, so just to explain to everyone out there, I think the same hotel that hosted the awards for
the Asian
awards something.
Asian Artist Awards.
Yeah. It was the same hotel that they
were staying in.
You guys were. I wasn't even staying there. I was there for a podcast.
And he met oh my God.
I wasn't even checked in.
Dude. Oh my God. You can ask everyone. I was legit mauling every day.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. So pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I met some idols, but it's like I don't know them. But,
yeah. Well, speaking of NewJeans, this is not a thing that you acquired in for a long time, because here's the thing, right? In M3, I think I still have some of my Blackpink Twice kind of fandom back then.
Okay.
But it was already like dying. Because back in 2019, we were big fans of like Blackpink and Twice. In fact, you know what's very funny?
What?
This is so funny. I can't believe I did this.
Okay.
Right, dude. We were, me and my group of friends will stay in the studio. Back then, we have a 3-story studio in no, it's not our studio. It's like it's Mineski's. Right?
Okay.
So it's a 3-story studio. It's very humble. It's very tight actually. But then at night, because there's no other broadcast anymore, and shout outs to HR. You didn't know this, but we sleep there so much because I wanted to save money because I couldn't afford. I couldn't afford like going in and out of the studio all the time, every day. So what we do is at night, for us to fall asleep, we just watch a lot of like K-pop, particularly Blackpink and Twice, while drinking beers or It's like it's so creepy in a way because like imagine a bunch of dudes like watching it.
It's not creepy.
Well, it's actually not creepy, but and the thing is, my one of my best friends in life and my mentor, he's a metalhead. but he likes Blackpink so much. And twice, so we just watch it. We drink beers. We eventually fall asleep. He goes home. I stay there. We called there because there's this recurring content called the Blackpink House. Every week it's like a vlog, which we always like. Hey, no matter what happens at this hour, we were gonna watch it together, and then we're gonna repeat it again for the entirety because that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And we called that studio the Blackpink House because we would like to just do it. Yeah. We kept on doing it, like even at the holidays, we would do that because we were crazy about like Twice and Blackpink, but that kind of died when I guess, I don't know if I grew old or it's just that maybe because I had a girlfriend back then. That's why, you keep away from things like that. But for you, it's different.
It is.
What happened there? You're not a K-pop fan.
No, I actually hate K-pop and K-dramas and everything K.
Yeah, because that's also true for me. I never watched people in my age, like in my high school and college, they wanted me to watch all this K-drama. I can't. No. It's just too cheesy for me.
It's so bad. The quality of K-dramas is like the writing, maybe everything else, the production, the cinematography, etc. It's amazing. I would say it's actually really good quality. But when it comes to the writing, bro, these guys,
it's the same plot all over,
are so bad at writing, bro. They would in Indo we have Sinetron. It's basically like the Indonesian dramas.
Yeah,
and it's horseshit.
Yeah,
like,
but I heard that eventually all the K-pop are good now.
The dramas?
The dramas are good now.
I don't think so. I think most of it is still shit. I will have to say some of it I've watched it up. I actually like. Okay, it's pretty good, and because my girlfriend loves K-drama, so she's been telling me to watch. I still hate it for the most part. It's like, dude, if it wasn't for the guys and girls being so attractive, no one would watch it. You know what I mean? That's literally the reason for people who watch most dramas, K-dramas. But some are actually good. So I'll say that. Some are actually good, but most are so bad. Just like anime and movies too. Most are bad. But K-pop. I've never really liked K-pop at all. Yeah. BTS, Blackpink, Twice. Yeah. I like them for their looks, I guess. Like Twice to you. It's like, god damn, back in the day.
That's the entry. She's the entry level crush, And
then like, Jenny, Blackpink.
Jenny's like
Jenny.
Oh come on, man.
Yeah. So it's like visuals. Damn, songs. I mean, I'll listen to it. It's not like I hate the music. It's good. Some of the music. BTS also makes really good songs, but I just don't. I can't. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you guys so crazy about this? Then NewJeans.
Yeah. Can I just say? Do you know that I actually purchased a VIP standing ticket for Blacklist? Not Blacklist. Blackpink.
For in Philippines?
In the Philippines.
Did you go?
I eventually didn't.
What?
All right. So
why?
This is a very funny story. This is a very funny story. We purchased that as a group, like VIP sound check.
How much you spend? How much?
It's 20,000 pesos.
How much is that in dollars?
20,000 pesos.
Oh my God.
It's expensive, right? So coincidentally, the purchase of tickets was the month that we get our. There's a 13-month pay in the Philippines.
Okay.
So wait,
$360.
$360. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, right?
Yeah, pretty expensive. Yeah.
So we purchased that the month that the bonus was there. So my bonus went to that.
Oh, okay.
But I eventually met my girlfriend back then. She didn't stop me from doing that, but I also got sick the same day. So I couldn't stand because VIP was standing and you have to line up. Yeah. I couldn't walk. And I'm very happy that I sold it to another guy because that guy
is a big fan.
He's not even. He's a father of a big fan. Oh. So he already bought a ticket for his child, but then he realized, no, I have to be there with my child because like a 12-year-old W dad. Actually, when you look at him, when you see him, it's a very like a.
He's a man.
He's a man. A man. Yeah, like but. The way that I saw it in his eyes that he's very happy that he's gonna take his daughter. So at the end of the day, I sold it for the same amount that I bought it. So there wasn't any gain out of there. But yeah, I wasn't able to see Jenny.
It's okay, bro. You can join NewJeans now. You can join the NewJeans.
Can reach each other,
dude. I swear to God,
Yeah. So
if
what
they go
happened?
concert in Indo.
Why did you get into the NewJeans fandom?
All right, so it all started with the God song for League.
Oh, right.
I listened to it and I was like, all right. So the hype was like, oh, a K-pop group is going
Yeah.
to make a song, and I've already heard some of their songs. My girlfriend plays it in the car sometimes. Super Shy, and
Yeah.
Oh My God, right? The big ones. And I'm like, all right. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
But then I've never been too interested. I'm like, all right, the songs are okay. Like it's
Yeah.
the same with Blackpink and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then Gods came out, and I was like, dude, this is not a good song. Legit, I was saying that. But then as I kept on listening to it, I'm like, wait, this actually becomes pretty good. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, it becomes pretty good. And then from there, I'm like, you know what? Let me just give this group a chance. Let me just try to, because all my friends are crazy about this group.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, dude, you should watch. You should listen to a lot of their songs. Their songs that they don't miss. So yeah, joined that. I jumped into that rabbit hole. It started with Super Shy, the music video, and then while I was watching the Super Shy music video, I was like, all right, who's this girl right here? Who's this one? She is so fucking cute. Who the fuck is this girl? And he's like, oh, that's Hani. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Damn.
Damn.
I kept on watching, and I'm like, man.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know why the reason why I liked Blackpink and some of the Twice members, well, initially it was because of their visuals, obviously. But particularly for Blackpink, I think they made good songs.
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
good songs. Now I find out that the band and the songwriters for Blackpink was Western. Right? I'm not saying that Eastern or like Korean music is not good. What I'm saying is the reason why it appealed to me, like music wise, because I love music. I also I have my drum set here. I have a guitar. I have a bass guitar. And most particularly, the bass lines on Blackpink was amazing. It was genius. That's so. I think that Western music appealed to me easily.
I see. Okay.
And that's why I actually, related it to Blackpink. And dude, one thing that I do regret is not seeing the band live, because whenever they make a concert for Blackpink, the band is live. It's not like a recorded music or a DJ.
see.
They actually do it. And the
Yeah.
Western dudes actually play it. So they have a band for that. And I heard that NewJeans kind of took that route too.
Yeah, I mean, some of their songs, most of their songs have English and Western vibes to it. I would say it's not as K-pop as the other K-pop bands.
Exactly.
But that's what makes them mainstream. I think a lot of people enjoy their music. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that's the thing that really I liked the girls for visuals for a long time now. Like, I mean, it's not Blackpink Twice for their visuals. I'm like, oh yeah, she's cute, hot as fuck. But I never really got into the songs. But here, I'm like, I listen to the songs. I'm like, wait, this is good. Man, this is good. Wait, this is better. And then they have so many good songs now that I'm like, damn, I just love it. I love this group now.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then all the other members are also very, 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 very beautiful. So it's like, god damn.
There was one.
And they were in the same hotel. We didn't get to meet them.
I'm sorry, my man. I met another one. What's the name? Ryujin? I met that. I met two of them. Ryujin, I met. I think I'll walk in across the hall.
Yeah.
And I gotta be proud of me. I didn't turn into a creep and ask for a picture. Because that will be. I mean, that's invasion of their privacy. And this guy is molding because I saw Danielle right after gym.
Yeah, of course, dude. What the hell? You didn't just see Danielle. You saw a post-gym Danielle.
Yep. That's just how it is.
I mean, I think you can't ask for pictures anyways. But
Yeah, for sure.
seeing them and talking to them in real life, I'd just be like, yo, I love your songs.
Yeah.
It just getting a response would be like, it's cool, I mean, it's different when you're watching at a concert and when you're, that close, in just interacting, just saying like, I love your music.
Yeah.
Good job. And then she's like, oh, thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not like want to do anything. I mean, it's not like I want to get a picture even, because I don't think they'll let you take
for
pictures.
sure.
Anyways, yeah.
They're so thin though.
She is
I'm
thin, but everybody else is like, I would say NewJeans are pretty healthy body wise, because K-pop groups are always super skinny.
Yeah.
Danielle is like that, but everybody else is not.
I see.
Skinny. They're skinny. They're not fat, but yeah.
Camera adds 10 pounds, they say. Okay, why did we get into that? But yeah, I wanted to really ask you how you got into NewJeans and I'm sure that you turn it into a way like it helps your content creation, it helps your casting for sure, or it doesn't.
No, not really.
Not
I
really.
just enjoy their songs.
Yeah.
So when I work
agree.
out, when I do anything, I'm just like, yeah, I'll just play this. So
Yeah.
on the trip to Laonyong,
Yeah.
and back and forth from China, I just listen to their songs.
Yeah, exactly.
good.
Because I mean, like we can't keep on watching MLBB for the rest of our lives.
I mean,
like,
it's a part. We're already almost like, yeah, that's our job. We
Yeah.
gotta have something else to refresh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
so what are the hobbies that you do now, Mirko? What else can we? I mean, like if we were to give you a gift, for example, and it's related to your hobby, what's like your best gifts that you would want to receive? Since it's a Christmas season, anyways, like.
Damn.
I will not give you. By the way, I will not give you any gift. Don't worry. I'm just asking because people might give
Okay.
you.
I don't know. Right now, my hobby is like just content creation. That's why I wanna get a new PC now.
Yeah.
I just wanna what's it called? To enhance the
Alright.
whole viewing experience for the
Okay.
people who watch my streams.
Fair enough.
And I want to make better content with better equipment. So that's why like even the microphones here, etc. I'm just looking at it. I'm just trying to research about it as well, just to see if the plan is next year also to start my own podcast in Indo with inviting import players
Yeah.
who speak English. Maybe I mean I want to invite all the players, even the Indonesian
Yeah, yeah,
players. But the thing is, most of my content will be English, right? So
Yeah.
I'll try to get the ones who can actually speak English or the ones who can actually like Luke. Luke can
Yeah.
can
pretty
understand, so it'll be cool. And subtitles. Yeah,
Much. Well, I think the power you have is that you can have them translated anyways. You can
yeah,
do that too.
true.
Yeah. You can have just like hard subs
So,
or
yeah.
whatever. It's a lot of work though, but yeah.
It is.
No hobbies, like no other games that you play.
Oh, games. I still play. Well, I mean, I play a lot of games. I love AAA games. I
Okay.
love watching movies,
Like single player games.
TV shows, etc. Yeah, single player games.
What kind of
so-
movies though?
movies? All kinds, bro. But
All right.
especially the thought provoking ones, the ones that are like, I mean, the good ones.
Yeah. Like
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, because we are
I
both
love Oppenheimer.
Christopher Nolan fans.
Yeah.
I've always been a Christopher Nolan fan.
Yeah.
I think I fell in love in. This is weird. Obviously, I like the Inception, but ever since Prestige, that's when I say, okay,
Yeah.
this guy's good.
The first
Yeah.
movie I watched from Christopher Nolan is Inception.
Inception,
And when
yeah.
I watched it, I was like, whoa.
And you were very young back then.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't really like Interstellar when it first came out. But then, like, as I grew up,
Yeah.
as I developed the understanding for the movie,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And then Oppenheimer was
Yeah.
amazing, by the way. It's still I think my favorite Nolan movie is Oppenheimer.
Wow.
Call me biased, but I
That's a good. You're one of the first few ones to say that because typically they will just say Inception all the time.
Interstellar. No,
Interst-
what? Most people would say Interstellar. I don't think most people would say Inception.
Inception, dude.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Interstellar is so much better than Inception.
That's true. I
So,
cried
like-
in Interstellar.
I mean, yeah, Oppenheimer, Interstellar, and then
Yeah.
Inception. Yeah.
I think out of for me at least out of love for everything and everything movies, I really appreciated the effort for Dark Knight. That's why even when it's not like the best Nolan
Yeah.
movie, I still hold it in high regard because it's
Yeah.
like it kind of
Dark Knight's up there, man. Dark
Yeah,
Knight's great.
It's great.
It's an amazing movie.
The acting as well.
Yeah.
That's why, guys, if you notice during the entirety of M5, we were making a lot of Nolan references whenever Nolan is picked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. So okay, let me ask you, like, who's the top football players
Me?
for you?
Messi, the GOAT, number
Messi,
one.
the GOAT, number one.
My favorite or the best?
No, for you, like, this is your topic. This is
Oh,
your
just
like
my favorite
my
players.
favorite.
So Messi, number one,
Messi.
still favorite player of all time.
Okay.
And then I just got Steven Gerrard, because I'm a Liverpool fan. He's a legend.
Okay.
He's the captain for a long time. He got us a trophy. He got us a UCL trophy.
Got us? What do you mean?
So this is how football. Okay, if you are a fan of a football team, especially when you're a fan of the team for a long time, it's us.
Okay.
It's not my
Okay.
team. It's
Okay.
us. That's
Okay,
how we
that's fair.
refer. Like if you ask a football fan, that's how it is.
Okay.
When you say like, so we refer to the team as like us. So it's like my team.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the boys. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Steven Gerrard.
Okay.
There you go.
So what team is this? Like for all those who aren't familiar.
My favorite team?
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Liverpool,
FC.
okay.
You never walk alone. That's the tagline. You'll never walk alone.
How come I never saw you in a Liverpool jersey?
Bro, because like I don't want to bring the Liverpool jersey, firstly. Because I don't think I'm gonna use it that much. I didn't bring that many clothes.
Okay.
Because every time usually that I bring a lot of clothes,
Yeah.
I get so many jerseys because I keep on asking from the players, and I get so much merch that
Okay.
it just fills up. So I didn't bring a lot.
Got
I
it,
just
got
brought
it.
my suits and then some.
Got
yeah,
it.
So, Liverpool, number 1. That's my
Okay.
favorite. And then so it's Messi, Steven Gerrard, and then 3, probably Mohamed Salah because
Okay.
he's also Liverpool and he's amazing. 4 will be Heung-min Son.
Okay.
He's the only Asian player in
Okay.
the Premier League, and he's amazing player. Yeah.
Okay.
Top. That's my favorites.
Out of interest, is Indonesia good at football?
We're pretty good,
Okay.
Southeast Asian level wise,
Okay.
but in world level wise, definitely not. Southeast Asia is nowhere near the rest of the world right now.
sure.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's also true for our own version, which is basketball for the Philippines. We're good at Southeast Asia, but
Yeah.
rest of the world not so much. Best UFC fighters.
Oh,
can only name 3.
Name 3.
Yeah, 3.
My favorites,
Yeah,
right?
of course,
My
of course.
favorites: Conor McGregor,
Okay, number 1.
Because
I love the
Yeah.
of it. Obsession. That obsession piece.
Yes.
A speech.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
best quote ever.
I agree.
I'm not. What's that? What's it? It's like I'm not good. I'm just obsessed.
I'm
Something
not
like
good.
that.
I'm just obsessed. Yeah,
Something like
basically. And the one where he's like, he was referencing Vincent Van Gogh.
Okay.
It's like, I'll lose my mind in the game, just like Vincent Van Gogh. He lost his mind doing art.
Oh,
so
that's cold.
when my
That's good.
grandkids' kids are settled, it's fine that I have lost my mind. It's shit like that, dude.
Damn. That's
Okay.
so. That's
A lot of people hate
goosebumps
McGregor,
here.
but if it wasn't for McGregor, UFC would not be as big as it is.
Okay.
And McGregor was actually good before he got all
Yeah.
the crazy money. But
By the way, I'm sorry if I said UFC fighters, but fighters in general because there's a
okay, fighters in general. So
Yeah.
McGregor, number
McGregor.
1. Number 2. This is tough now. Number 2, because like I would say Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker, middleweight. He is so cool.
Okay.
He's so good. He's such a humble champion.
Okay.
No longer a champion, but he
Yeah.
was a very humble champion, and his fights were always very entertaining. He's very
Okay.
tactical. Number 3. I wonder who my number 3 is now. Thinking about it, Volkanovski, Alexander Volkanovski.
Oh, of course. Okay. Interesting that's your choice. Well, they were very successful anyways in their own regard. I think it's especially in the most recent years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, top 3 anime.
Top 3 anime. Attack on Titan number 1,
Okay.
baby. That's the best show. I don't care if
Okay.
you don't like it, all right, nerd. That's the best show.
Who doesn't like it? A lot of people.
A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's just mainstream. It's,
I liked it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best. Number 2.
You know what's funny? I watched that because I was given the RQ merch.
It's
Yeah.
good, right?
It's
It's
good.
amazing. Did you finish it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think about the ending?
Oh, I haven't watched the actual
Ah.
the last season. I finished it because the recent season was just finished, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to watch it because of
Okay.
MPL. But then I got spoiled anyways because
Ah,
people were talking about it.
shit.
That's why the experience is so bad. I'm yet to give my opinion about it.
You have to watch it. And
Yeah.
it
I'm
was
trying
horrible
to-
in the
I'm
manga,
trying
but they
to-
did it well.
I'm trying to stall it so that I kind of forget about the
Yeah.
something
Good,
like
good,
that.
good.
Something like that.
Number 2, this is a very like Devilman Crybaby. Not a lot of people have heard about it. Not a lot
What?
of people have watched it. But if you have watched Devilman Crybaby, it's amazing. So the first few episodes, if you come into this with zero expectations, you'll be like, "What the hell is this?"
Okay.
The art style is super unique. It's super weird. It's zany and goofy.
Zany, bro.
Yeah, but then once you get to episode 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's
Okay.
ridiculous. I was so I
Looks like an indie anime.
technically it is an indie anime. It's a Netflix original.
Okay.
It was made by a director who his animation is amazing, but it's very unique, his style.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I would say number 3 is hard, but I would probably put Death Note
Okay.
there if it just cut after episode 18. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
19 to 25.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I ask you this because there was a very long discussion between you, Midnight, like Gideon, and
yeah.
Wrath, the hotel room about anime.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say Food Wars because that's where your name came from.
No, my name came from My Hero.
My Hero.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
Food
yeah,
Wars
yeah.
one is Rindo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before yeah. So why not My Hero Academia?
Because it's shit.
Okay.
Because it became so bad after like season 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody who still likes My Hero, brain transplant. Okay, quick brain transplant. That shit's fucking garbage.
What makes a good anime?
What makes a good anime? I think it depends. What you're
No, for
looking
you,
for.
for you.
For me personally,
For you.
Attack on Titan, very very good writing, amazing world building, good characters. A lot of the plot is, I think, just a mix of that. Basically,
Yeah.
the same thing that I look for in movies.
Okay.
Like thought provoking. It's deep. It's very well written.
Yeah.
The dialogue is smart. The characters are intelligent. Things like that.
Then you're gonna love my favorite anime, which is Cowboy Bebop. You should
I need to watch
it.
that. Yeah,
You should
I haven't
watch it. I love that anime because I think it's the most well made anime, especially because it was way ahead of its time. Thought provoking, great dialogues, unconventional plot,
Yeah.
and most importantly, great freaking cinematography, dude. It's like way ahead of its time. It's amazing. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's amazing. That's
amazing.
amazing. FMAB is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my absolute faves, which probably is not famous outside of the Philippines, is Yakitate Japan. But you don't know that. But basically, it's like Food Wars, but with bread. They make bread with a ridiculous, what you call it, reactions. What happens is that they make bread, right, and then they make all of the reactions. It's ridiculous to a point where, a guy turns into a lion head or something.
Oh,
and
okay.
a guy. There's even a point where this judge met his mother, who's actually dead already because of how high he felt after. It's crazy like that. It's like it's one of those stupid animes, like animes that we watch just because you want to have a good time.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, but the plot's like it's normal.
Yeah.
But it's like
It's a
just
guilty
funny.
pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, guilty pleasure.
So-
Okay. So for you, it's the last one was Death Note.
Death Note. Yeah.
Okay. You had a discussion between Midnights, like Code Geass versus Death Note.
Death Note versus Attack on Titan. I think it was. I don't know. I cannot watch Code Geass. The art style is so ugly. I don't know. I hate. So one thing that like I need to like is the art style when I watch something. Well, animated
Yeah.
stuff. Anything animated, I have to like the art style. And Code Geass has the weirdest, ugliest art style that I've ever seen in anime, and I cannot watch that shit. I don't care if you say it's good. No, I don't like that art style. Yeah, can't.
Man, it's crazy. I remember I got turned off watching Code Geass because there's one part where this girl with the pink hair, the line was, "I command you to love me," because he can I think she can command you something or something like that. I find it like, come on, man, Are you really?
I mean, I don't know.
It started strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But I don't like Code Geass. I can't.
Yeah.
I
Hot
can't
takes
even
from Mirko. Don't crucify him.
watch it. Niall.
Okay. Best K-pop. I don't know if you can answer this because you only like NewJeans, like
NewJeans.
exclusively, right?
Best girl. Honey.
All right.
And then
Best song, maybe.
best song.
Yeah.
Favorite song from NewJeans.
Yeah.
Hype Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's great. It's great. You should listen to it.
Okay. So we spent a lot of time talking about Mirko because I felt like people are craving for this, man. Like people wanted to know you more, and apparently that's what you do. Any hidden talent that you have from us,
Hidden talent.
yeah. For me, I think that at some point in my life, if there's a multiverse, there's a wolf that is a cafe barista,
Yeah.
something like that. I'm not actually talented at it, but I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
if I put my efforts, like what I do with shoutcasting, and put it there, I'm easily gonna be good at it too.
I think for me it's player. MLB player.
Yeah.
Esports player.
agree,
Seriously,
dude.
I think if I put in the time and if I have the dedication, I think I can make it work. But I'm so lazy now. And I don't have the dedication. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a 17-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, you can make the sacrifice. But I think for you had to also take care of your mom, and you also needed to study because there were expectations for you to, unlike others where they made the decision to give that all up. So, do you not have any other hobbies like playing the guitar, dancing? Do you dance?
I mean, I think it's singing more.
Whoa!
I mean, just singing at home. Just singing at home.
You gotta do it, dude.
Yeah.
You want me to pull up the guitar? You sing?
Now? What,
Yeah.
what are we singing?
I don't know. No, you sing. You sing.
Yeah, I sing.
What do you sing?
Any kind of song.
No way. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
That you want to sing in a karaoke, for example. Will you give us a sample now?
No, I'm not gonna give you a sample. Not now. Make it part 3.
Make it part 3. All right.
You have that Luke singing one?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a Mirko singing one.
Wow.
Maybe not
I'm
Tagalog
excited.
songs though. I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't speak. All right.
Yeah. Okay. That's exciting. We gotta be prepared for that, dude. People are gonna be chasing you for that. Now that you said it on the podcast, people will be looking for that. Okay. We talked about like Mirko's personality and what makes him tick, and hopefully you guys appreciate him even more now, because I think that this time you can see that Mirko's just a young kid too. He enjoys anime, enjoys all the things that 21 years old.
Yeah. 21
generally
years old.
like. It's
Still,
just,
people don't believe me. I say
Yeah.
that I'm 21. I'm serious. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I'm just 2 years older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babayero Wolf. Still in the Babayero era.
All right.
23. Babayero era.
2024. Oh yeah, he said 23. Okay.
3.
All right. I want to close this out with a difficult question. I say that this is difficult because I also don't have an actual answer.
Okay.
From 1 to 5, actually from 5 to 1, rate the M series.
M5?
No, like one to, all of the M series that happened, M1 to M5. Rate it, which is 5th place, which is 1st place for you.
Oh.
Difficult.
Oh.
This is difficult.
Oh, damn. That is a difficult one, bro.
Yeah, this is where we close it out.
Number 1.
No, you can start from the
Bottom. From bottom?
Yeah.
All right.
Start from the bottom. All right. So
Okay.
do you have your
Yeah.
answer?
All right. This is going to be very, like, based on my opinion, right? So, the most, M2 was the worst for me because I didn't
Okay.
cast and I didn't get to experience. And
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like M2 was just, like, during pandemic era.
Okay.
The matches were good, but everything else, because it was pandemic, it didn't feel like an M series. It just felt like another
Okay.
tournament, And then I'll have to say M1 then number 4 because I didn't
Okay.
experience it. I didn't see it. It looks very old. The arena was
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
but that's it for me. Like based on what I saw, right? Then I will put M4 at number 3.
M4 number 3.
M4 at number 3. M4 is so amazing. I don't want to shit on M4 because I enjoyed my time at M4. It was so good, but the next two M4, the song was okay. Everything was pretty good. Everything was pretty good.
Okay.
M5 song, I still don't like the song. Yeah, I'm sorry. The song
Okay.
is pretty shit. M5, but overall, I would say M3 number 2 for me. So M5 number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Because of what?
M3 was just special. It was my first ever M series.
Okay.
It was the time where I got to know all you guys, got to
Yeah.
finally like introduce myself to all you guys, and that's the one that I learned the most.
Okay.
That's the one where I actually elevated my game by so much because of you guys, all the casters on desk. And that was the first time ever that I started vlogging, started everything. So technically everything began there for me.
Okay.
The casting that got really good, and the content creation as well that started there from the
Okay.
vlogs. And then M5. M5, I think it's a good culmination of everything so far. The opening was amazing. The song,
Yeah.
not that much, but
Yeah.
we don't talk about that. The games, especially the grand finals, the crowd,
Yeah.
everything was. It was,
It was beautiful.
and
Yeah.
it would have been so much better. The only thing that I really hate about M5 is I didn't get to fucking meet NewJeans. If I met anyone in the lift, this would never be. Nothing would ever top this. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
God.
We were in the same hotel. We were in the same hotel, bro.
Man.
Why didn't I work out? Why didn't I go to the gym? Basic was at the gym with them. Of course, it's Basic.
Of course, it's basic. We'll meet them. Wow, that's interesting. While I tell my ranking, perhaps, which is also weird because I have a very different ranking.
Yeah.
I want you to think about what's the order of songs for M, because we didn't have a song in
Easy.
M1, M2
Easy.
to M5. For me, this is weird, but M4 might rank my lowest.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What? Damn. All right. Okay. That's
And
insane.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
insane, right?
That is
M3
insane.
would be
The next lowest.
next lowest.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
M2 will be top 2.
Whoa,
M1
what?
is third.
Whoa.
M5 is top 1.
Okay, at least we agree on number 1.
Yeah.
Damn, that's like a full reverse though.
Exactly. Because why did I say that M4 was like
The worst?
it's not even the worst. It's
Yeah.
just that
It's everything else is better.
everything else is, has a special place in my heart.
Yeah,
That's what I say. I'm not saying that it's a word. This is
Yeah.
literally just Wolf.
Yeah, same.
And my experiences, because I think in M4, I would say I underperformed in a way in M4 because there's something that I wasn't able to master, which is like how to switch between like English when you're talking to Indonesians and English when you're talking to
yeah.
English. I have a very thick accent back then because I was talking to so many Indonesians
Yeah.
inside of the game. But that's not the point. That's not the reason why I think it was the worst or it's like my 5th. I just felt like the grand finals was
It was boring.
yeah,
4-0.
It was a 4-0.
M3 too was boring.
Yeah.
Grand finals 4-0.
But yeah. So what's my 4th again? Was
M3.
M3. Yeah, that's why 4-0.
Yeah.
Also like there's no additional content for both of the things.
Yeah.
Because in M2 there's a lot of like interesting content too. And in M2 it was 3rd place because of the fact that after all the challenges we still nailed it. And I gotta say like the amount of trash talk back in M2 was an all-time high. Come on, man. It's an all-time high. Unfortunately there was no crowd, so you didn't feel it that way. So yeah, M1 it's very special to me because it was start of my I think taking the leap of faith to fly to Malaysia, not get paid international level, pay for my own accommodation and hotel. That was an interesting trip, and I gotta say like the stadium was fire.
Yeah.
And why it felt really good for me is because Indonesians flew over to Malaysia back then to support their team, which is I found it crazy. There were also standouts like the Japanese team also like made waves. With all due fairness, the grand finals was hype. Wow,
It was
7 games.
It was hype. The comeback.
Comeback. And for M5, why I put it top 1 because the overall feel of it. It was. I thought
was
I already
amazing.
gave up on the fact that the Philippines will not top Indonesia, but at the last 3 days. They were able to exceed my expectations of the Philippines versus Indonesian crowd, which is already like, that's a nail in the head for M5. That's why I felt like it's the best. But when it comes to songs,
Easy.
okay,
Lowest better than great.
I agree.
Yeah. And then I would say
M2, the non-hype, it's a dramatic Disney kind of vibe.
Immortal Hero.
Immortal Heroes.
Yeah, probably Immortal Hero. And then
Yeah.
Dare to Be Great. And then To the Top.
To the top. I agree.
To the Top is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
So good, yeah.
Up until this day, like
To the Top is number 1 as well?
Yeah.
Same list?
same list actually.
Same list.
Yeah, because I think that there's a magic. Even when M2 was like one of the first few ones, and it's practically not the same genre as other songs we have, it evoked emotions.
Yeah.
It's one thing.
It did.
Yeah, but To the Top was. Rise to the top.
It was so good.
Yeah.
That was...
Never
and the
ran
anime,
from
the
the
video
fight.
as well was the best.
Exactly,
That
exactly.
video was like, oh...
There's a lot of hype. Man, I gotta say though, up until this point, and this is what's the term? A call to action. Somebody from the Philippines needs to make a better version of a song. Oh, sorry, has yet to make a song that's better than We Own This. We Own This.
We Own This. It's so good.
So good.
Even the Better Than
It's the
Great,
best.
the Indonesian version was...
Actually, yes. Listen to that too. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you would even forget that Better Than Great was bad because
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Indonesians, you rock.
Thank
We
you.
Own This is the best.
We Own This is amazing. Yeah.
Freaking best. Even when you spam it for how many years now?
Yeah, because we can't find... even if we make a new one, how do we top that? You know?
Maybe the Better Than Great. Again, at least there's 2 now that you can use. But man, there was a song from Sponge Cola which I really like. Sponge Cola is a local band in the Philippines.
Okay.
I don't know why we don't use that anymore. I think there's something about rights and stuff. But we gotta at least attempt, dudes. Like We Own This. the thing with We Own This is it evokes emotion. So let's say
Yeah,
like
it does.
when you hear that, it kind of felt like, man, I want to win.
Yeah.
That's how I
We
feel.
own this.
Exactly.
So good.
So good. So, man. All right. That's actually it for our podcast. I don't know. We went very randomly, although I had notes. And like I said to everyone out there, this will remain as the format for the AG podcast. It is what I love to hear, and I'm sorry that for some people you don't like this kind of format, but I feel that we get to know more of the people by talking about random things that
Yep.
like his anime not really obsession, his NewJeans obsession, his love for football, and hopefully that makes you understand Mirko even more. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
any promotions?
Nothing. Just check out my channel if you want to watch some more live streams and videos.
Yeah, where do we follow you? Just YouTube?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Those are the top 3
Okay.
that I use.
All right. What can we do you want to hype up the people for the coming content that you'll see next
Expect
year?
new podcasts. Expect spicier sarcasts about the topics that you hear here as well, and more live streams in the
Okay.
months to come.
That's it. Mirko, one of the best in the business when it comes to shoutcasting, a play-by-play god, and a Vivamax Babaero. That's it. Wait for us as we conquer the world to the top.
See the world.
See the world.
Supremacy.
Goodbye.